Well, hello everybody, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of the lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. Can you guys see me? Wow, I wasn't doing this thing right. Okay, so I am an online TOEFL teacher online. I'm also a professor here at California State University, San Bernardino. So if anyone is interested in joining my online course, you can join anytime, anywhere, as long as you have a good internet connection. It's easy. Just go to onlinetoeflcourse.com to learn more about that. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I'm actually going to listen to some of my students who have completed speaking practice tests over the last 24 hours. The first student is Elena. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Elena, and I'm going to listen to your independent speaking practice test number 2. So the question is, choose an event that has meaning for you. Explain how it has changed you. Alright, let's see how you answered this question.
The most significant event for me is birth of my first child. For that reasons, that Mother God has helped. The most significant event for me is birth of my first child. For that reasons, that Mother God has helped me grow emotionally, and that moment my life takes on a new meaning and fullness.
Okay.
First, emotional intelligence is probably the most important benefit of maternity.
Good vocabulary, maternity. That shows you have good command of the language using that word.
A few weeks after my son was born, I realized that house-filled kids will never be perfectly clean.
I realized that how. I would just say I realized how. So you don't have to say that and how. So that's a language use error.
So I became smarter about handling chaos. Second, I found that motherhood helps me to organize my busy days and prioritize things.
Okay.
Just smile on my baby face makes me happy and motivated. Therefore,
now I would go back. So you made a claim about how motherhood helps you to organize and prioritize things. At that point, I would give an example to illustrate that idea, and that would add a little bit of depth, I think, to your argument.
My face makes me happy and motivated. Therefore, because I became more tolerant and my life has changed in profound ways, birth of my first child is most meaningful event for me.
Is the most meaningful event for me, and I apologize, I'm a little bit tired today. I'm in day 3 of a terrible cold, so I'm not 100%. Alright, let's take a look at the rubrics here so I can give you a score. So I think for the most part you had a pretty good organization. But remember, when you moved to that second support point, you could have given an example to help support that, but you didn't. So some problems with topic development on this one. I think language use was pretty good, and you have pretty good vocabulary. For example, the use of the word maternity. That's a great word to use. Overall, you have a bit of a non-native speaker accent, but it didn't really interfere in my understanding your ideas. I'm going to put you at about 3.0 out of 4, 23 points out of 30 on this practice test. All right, thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and email her my comments that you guys just heard live at YouTube. No kidding. It's pretty boring. I'm just grading practice tests right now. So I do live videos sometimes. I'm just letting people know at YouTube that I do have an online course. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, you can certainly go to my onlinetoeflcourse.com and you can learn more about how my course can help you improve your academic English language abilities. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this one. I'm going to try to open up another video. I'm going to send a video to this person. Nope, it's being used in another program. Actually, I got one other thing I might be able to do here. I better skip this one for right now. Let me go back. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Mohammed, and you completed Independent Speaking Practice Test number 26. I like that number, the number 26. Doesn't that sound good? And that's a score I think that you can probably achieve because you have been making some pretty good improvements with your speaking. So keep up the good work. All right, let's take a look at what this is. So number 26 on my website, do you agree or disagree? Your friends are the most important influence in your life. Use details and examples to explain your opinion. All right, so here's what you say.
I would actually disagree with this statement. I would agree that my mother is the most important influence in my life because she stood with me in difficult situations and she is the one who gave me life and raised me. First of all, she stood with me in difficult situations.
You want to say she stood with me in difficult situations, right? Not standed. So you have stand, stood, stood, the simple past, and past participle forms of that verb. So this is an irregular verb.
For example, when I was a kid, she taught me how to read and write.
When I was a kid, I would say, because kid is a singular count noun.
And when I was afraid, she is the one who learned me how to stand up to my fears.
She's the one who taught me how to stand up to my fears. So she taught you, you learned from her, right?
Secondly, she is the one who gave me life and raised me. To illustrate, she helped me through my weaknesses, and she has to work and study to make our life.
No, she gave me life and raised me. So that's probably too big of an idea to explain in 10 or 15 seconds. And you didn't really give any examples to support that, so that's a topic development issue.
And for those 2 points, I think my mother is the most important person. I would actually...
Alright, so this one, I think Mohammed, so you actually had some language use issues, so if you want to go to Google, when do you use the word learn versus teach? So you had some trouble with that. You had problems with the past tense form of the word stand, the verb stand, which is stood, not standed. Sometimes you're not putting those articles before those singular count nouns. For example, when I was a child. So some language use issues, you had some minor delivery issues, and with your topic development, sometimes the examples are not specific enough to illustrate the arguments you're trying to make. So you actually did have some problems with this one. So I'm going to put you at about 2.83 out of 4, 22 points out of 30 on this practice test. I'm going to send him a quick email. See what we have here. There we go. All right, let's go back to the next one here. So, hello everybody, YouTube, and I'm simply grading practice tests from students in my online TOEFL course. If you want to learn more about my course, you can go to onlinetoeflcourse.com. All right, so let's see what we have. I'm going to my next one here. So the previous student, his TOEFL score in the speaking, I'm estimating it to be around 22 to 23 points. Let's go to another one here. Now this one I'm going to have to do a video of some sort. See how I can do this. Okay, here we go. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Nargis, and I am Michael, and I'm going to listen to your independent speaking practice test number 13. So let's take a look at the question here first. So the question is, your friend is nervous because he will have a job interview. What would you tell him to do? Okay, let's download what you said. Okay, here we go.
My friend has a job interview and he is nervous. I will tell him to calm down and I will give him few suggestions. First, I will ask him that on the interview day he should be dressed properly. He should dress his
I would ask him, I would say I would recommend that my friend dress properly, so you can use a subjunctive tense there.
outfit and shine the shoes, and it should be reached before the interview time. This will give him confidence. For example, one of my friends went for a job interview with a 10-year-old suit which does not fit him anymore. He was not selected because the first impression is very, very important. Secondly,
Now that's another thing, but the confidence idea and the first impression, to me, those are two different ideas, right? So when you give the example, you can say, well, if my friend's dressed properly, he will have the confidence to answer the interview questions with ease, you might say, or he can easily answer those questions confidently.
I will ask him to know about the company where he is going for an interview. And
I would ask him to learn, I would say to study or learn more about the company.
practice the interview questions. This way, he will be ready to answer better. For
See, you're probably trying to do too many different things here because you're not going to have enough time to support all those things. You're already at 54 seconds. You see what I'm saying?
example, my daughter went for a job interview. She did not practice, and at the time of interview, she was confused and did not get the job. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for completing this, Nargis. Now, it took you 64 seconds to deliver this response, so for the independent speaking task, you have about 45 seconds, so you need to be more organized, and you can do that by creating a more sharply focused thesis. So my recommendation, go to my speaking lesson number 2, speaking lesson number 7, to get some ideas on how to organize your ideas a little bit better. This one, I'm going to put you at 2.3 out of 4, 18 points out of 30 on this practice test. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send these comments to her, but I got to produce a video first. This is going to take a minute. Here we go. Sometimes I try to multitask, to kind of do two things at the same time, but it doesn't work. I end up forgetting something or missing something, so I'm not doing anything else until I have finished the video for this student, and then I will move on to my next task. All right. Got 42%. All right, let's move on to this one. So hers is, she actually has the last one you listened to, she has pretty good speaking, but she was focusing in too many different areas without giving enough specific details for each of those points. That's why I scored her where I did. So what you guys can learn at YouTube is make sure when you're doing your TOEFL speaking, instead of trying to talk about 3 or 4 different reasons why you agree or disagree, or you give 3 or 4 points about a topic, I recommend just 2. Either 1 or 2 reasons, and then make sure you give specific supporting detail for those reasons. And that is a good thing. Okay, I'm almost done. I'll go on to the next one. So, alright, let's keep going. Okay, so I just produced a video. Now, the question is, can I email it to her? Or is it going to be too big? Here it is. It's 19.1, so it's small enough. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and email the comments to the student now. We'll go to the next one. Okay, here we go. We're going to the next one. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for DRD, Dilly Rom, and I am Michael, and I'm listening to your independent speaking practice test number 15. So the question is, how have mobile phones changed our lives in relation to some years ago? And you say,
this day, definitely mobile phone has changed our way of communication. Some years before we didn't have mobile at that.
yeah, but you need to give me some kind of a specific organization here. So you got to bring up maybe 2 support points here. That's what I would recommend there. So that would be my main thing is you have 2 support points of how mobile phones have changed our lives. Then you move to the first point, you give an example. Then you move to the second point, and you give an example. I'm live streaming YouTube, man, right here. All right, so that's part of my recommendation.
Totally depend on letters to communicate among the friends, family and relatives. These days we have mobile and we can immediately call them, but we have newness, especially happiness and sadness.
So then if you want to make that a key point, you might say, well, because it's made communication faster mobile phones have changed their lives. Maybe that's a key idea. You can state that in the beginning of your response. Then you can use repetition or rephrasing in key ideas to create a coherent organization. You're going to make the ideas stick together better. That's what you're trying to do.
Another benefit of mobile is the internet. We can use the internet for communication. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram we have for communication. We can meet our relatives, friends and family on them. So it's changed totally on communication.
See, too many ideas in there. So what if you start off in the beginning, Dewey, you say, well, by making communication more efficient and improving our social interactions, cell phones have changed our lives in relation to a few years ago. Then you say, first of all, cell phones have changed our lives by making communication faster. Then you give an example. See, another reason cell phones have changed our lives, they've improved our social interactions with our families. Then you give an example to support that, and then you're done, and you'll probably have a little bit better organization there. All right, so looking at the rubrics here, I think topic development, you need to make the ideas connect together better. So I want you to review speaking lesson number 7. That's a good lesson for you. Also speaking lesson number 2. Both of these lessons will give you some good tips, Dilly, on how to make your ideas more organized. I think language use, you had some minor problems with subject-verb agreement in there, so that's a grammatical issue. Delivery, you're getting more intelligible, but you're still not completely intelligible, which means it takes a lot of effort for me to understand what you're saying. So continue to do your pronunciation practice like you're doing. Your score here, I'm going to put you at 2.1 out of 4, 17 points out of 30 on this practice test. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send him my comments that you guys just heard at YouTube. There it is. So these are my different students. You don't hear them all, but I have about 60 students I'm teaching on the internet right now. And my job, I don't care where they are, what their English skills are, my job is to help them get better month by month with their English skills. And the student you just listened to, he's a lot better than he was in the beginning. In the beginning, I could not understand anything that he was saying. And now I can understand a lot of what he's saying, so he is making improvements. Okay, let me send him a quick message. Oh, I see your comments, Mohammed. You say, thank you for grading my speaking. I actually had a lot of problems because I limited my note-taking time to 30 seconds, so I didn't have the time to make good points in example. It's okay, it's a start. So I like how you did not tell me that before you sent the speaking, because you want me to grade the speaking not knowing any of that information. So my job is to give you an accurate score on your speaking, and then you can begin making the changes that you need to make in order to continue to improve. So keep up the good work, Mohammed. And thank you for joining my course, by the way. All right, let's go to my next student. We have at least 2 more practice tests I need to do right now. Hi there, these comments are for Khalid, and I'm going to listen to your integrated speaking practice test number 4. Here we go, buddy.
The reading passage talks about global warming and its bad impacts on biological life on our planet. And in the reading passage, in the listening passage, the speaker gives 2 examples to further illustrate this idea.
Good. Not bad. The only problem is your introduction is a little bit long. It's about 16 seconds. But it looks like you're connecting the most important information from the reading and the listening passage, and that's good. And I love, like I always say, the man with the golden voice. I love your tone.
First, he says that there's a decrease in the number of South Asian tigers due to the distractions of the natural habitat of those animals due
Okay.
to global warming.
All right.
In addition to that, the professor also says that there is a decrease in the diversity and number of insects that used to live in South America due to a shortage of food supplies of those insects. So both of these examples illustrate the effect of global warming on the diversity of life on our planet.
Okay, not bad. Yet some minor issues with pausing and pacing, a little bit. Now let me listen to the beginning one more time because I have to make sure that you are explaining the most important points from the reading passage and
The
the
reading
lesson.
passage talks about global warming and its bad impacts on biological life on our planet, and in the reading passage and the listening passage, the speaker gives two examples to further illustrate this idea. First, he says that there's a decrease in the number of South Asian tigers.
Yeah, who is he? Is this the author or is this a speaker? That's a little bit of trouble there, so make sure it's clear who is saying what, and make sure that you spend time discussing what the reading passage says about global warming, and then you can show how the listening passage adds to that information. Right? So that's my comment there. Alright, let's take a look at the rubrics here. So I'm going to integrated speaking rubrics for you. Okay, I think overall some minor topic development issues, maybe some minor issues with pacing, but I still think it was a very strong response. But maybe not one that will get 4. So I'm going to put you at 3.0 out of 4, 23 points out of 30 on this practice test. Okay, I think we're good there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and send him a quick message. There it is. Okay, I think we're done with that one. Okay, I have one more. Okay, now I also have a Voxy Pop discussion group here, so let's see if I can find that. Okay, let's go ahead and see if I can do this. So I'm going to go ahead and put... Now I'm at my Voxy Pop discussion group here, so it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 more. speaking practice tests I need to grade. That's the key, really, for my students. I need to blow my nose. Give me a second. The key is to practice. You can watch all the speaking videos you want. However, if you don't actually do speaking practice and actually say something, record it, and then have somebody listen to it, it's not going to do you a lot of good. So you need to do the actual practice. There is no video on YouTube that will substitute for the speaking practice. Okay, let's talk to this guy. I need to get a new computer. I know what you guys are saying. My computer is 5 years old. What can I say? Alright, hi there. These comments are for Shrikant, and I am Michael. And I'm going to listen to your independent speaking practice test number 20. I apologize this morning. I know that you called me at Facebook, and I did not pick up. I'm not going to lie to you. I heard the call. I knew you're calling me. However, I had to go to a class in about 10 minutes, so I just didn't have enough time to talk to you, so I apologize. But like I said, is your pronunciation, it's going to take a while, so you're not ready to take that post-test yet. Okay, and thank you for typing out your response. So here's what you said. You said, if the friend is nervous when he begins a new job tomorrow, then can recommend to follow strategies like, I wouldn't say it like that. You want to say, if my friend is nervous when he begins his new job, I would recommend that he follow strategies like implicit rules and anxious, but I don't know what that means. So that second word here is not working very well. If the friend is nervous for beginning the next job, to follow, now you want to say, if the friend is nervous to begin his job, I would recommend that he follow strategies like implicit rules. For example, I made tons of mistakes while doing the job that most of the rules in the company workplace are unspoken in the first job. Second of all, if the friend is nervous for beginning the new job, shortly to follow the strategy like anxious. For example, we will learn by doing work, so no reason should become anxious to reduce the chance of making mistakes. As a result, for these strategies, that shouldn't become nervous to begin the new job soon. See, Shrikant, there's too many language use errors in here, so you're not having good sentence structure, which means subjects and verbs and using word forms correctly. There's a lot of issues going on here. Alright, so let's listen to how you answer the question.
The friend is nervous when he begins a new job tomorrow, then can recommend to follow strategies like implicit rules and anxious. First of all, if the friend is nervous for beginning a new...
Okay, hold on, give me a quick second, I'll be right back. Come on in, man, Jones Marcy. Sorry, I'll be right out. I'm just doing a live stream video here. Give me a minute. I'm at YouTube Live. Yeah, but go ahead and say. Okay, go ahead.
Next day, you follow strategy like implicit rules.
You would say hi to my TOEFL students? Here, let me introduce you to somebody here. Hold on so you can see what's going on. This is one of my students I teach here. He's going to say hi to everybody over at... Where is it? Here.
Hi.
Yeah, this is Mojahed.
I'm one of Mr. Buckhoff's students at the TOEFL preparation class, and wish you good luck. You'll get high score with him.
Yeah, he's a good student too, man. Good to see you. Yeah, go ahead and sit down. We'll get to work in a minute. Yeah, he's in my level 6 TOEFL class here at California State University, San Bernardino. See if you can pull this up on this. We'll get started in a minute. So yeah, He's got really good writing. He speaks English fluently. You want to be able to speak like this guy. This is what you want to try to do. All right, let me go back to the Voxipop group here. You're going to find it up here. Do you have your computer? Do you need to find it on this?
Recommendation.
Oh yeah, that's right. We want to work on it here. That's right.
I'll take your time. I won't take long.
Let me find it here. Be right back, guys. Give me a minute. Okay, you'll find one in here somewhere. Recommendation letter, recommendation. Click on one of those, maybe, and then start messing around with it. Make it kind of fit our situation. Anyone, you can start working on it there, and just kind of make it fit what you're doing. Then we print it out in the English department letterhead.
Sure. Thank you.
You okay? Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go back to what we're listening to. So let's start over with this guy. So we got.
If the friend is nervous when he begins a new job tomorrow, then can recommend to follow strategies like implicit rules and anxious. First of all, if the friend is nervous for beginning a new job next day, to follow strategy like implicit rules. For example, I made tons of mistakes while doing the job, that most of the rules in the company workplace are unspoken in the first job. Second of all, if the friend is nervous for beginning a new job shortly, to follow a strategy like anxious. For instance, we will learn by doing work, so no reason that should become anxious to reduce the chance of making mistakes. As a result, for these studies, the student become nervous to begin the new job soon.
Okay, what you want to say here, as a result, I would recommend that my friend calm his nerves when he begins his job. So you want to say it like that, right? But let's be honest here. There's two critical issues that are bringing your speaking down right now. It's one of them is your intelligibility, but you're actually getting better. But still, it's very hard to understand what you're saying. But number two is the language use. It's the vocabulary and the grammar issues which are bringing down your response. You got really those two things are killing you right now. I mean, if I'm going to be honest. So let's take a look at the actual rubrics now so I can give you a score. Okay, hold on a minute. You just kind of make it fit your situation, then I'll work on it in a minute. Alright, so I'm looking at the rubrics right now, Shrikant. So, I don't know, I think the language use issues are going to pull this one down big time. So I'm going to put you at about 1.1 out of 4, 9 points out of 30 on this. You have to get your sentence structure together and your grammar right. And I feel like when I'm listening to you, when I'm reading what you're saying, there's a lot of what I call translation issues going on. So the only way you can resolve that is by increasing your exposure to English. Do a lot of reading in newspapers, magazines, and books. Make sure you're watching a lot of TV, watching movies. But the more English you get into your brain, the easier it will be for you to think in English, and then you will translate less, and you'll be writing more or speaking more in authentic, natural-sounding vocabulary and grammar, which you're not doing right now. All right? Right, you guys at YouTube, that's one of my students there. I'm going to move on to another practice test. Let me talk to somebody at YouTube here. So you say, hello, Mr. Buckoff. My name is Khan from Ankara, Turkey. You say, I want to be a member of your website, but unfortunately PayPal stopped operations in Turkey. So is there another payment method? Is that what happened to Turkey? I used to get a lot of students from Ankara. And so they don't even accept PayPal anymore? Man, I didn't know that. There is one other thing, CBKR. If you go over to my website, I do have some information about Western Union. I'm going to put the link in there so you can get it. So give me a quick second. I'm going over to onlinetoeflcourse.com right now, and I'm going to get a link for you. So there is one other payment option. It's Western Union. That is the only other option I have right now. I need to have multiple payment options here, but I'm so rudimentary in my computer skills, I don't even know how to set up a credit card payment thing. I need to have somebody do that. Can you grab that? Maybe have him sit over here. So that's kind of what we're doing here. Yeah, come on and join the party. So you can sit here. You got your computer?
Yeah.
Okay, you can go ahead and get started on that. We just got somebody else in here. Now I got two people in my office now. We got all kinds of things going on. Okay, let me go back to live. So for CBKR Live, here is the link that you can learn about additional payment options. Now remember, if you join my course, I want to keep things up front here. I do allow my students to do pronunciation, speaking, and writing practice. However, don't abuse it, which means you can do one writing practice test every day. You can do one speaking practice test every day, but don't do more than that. Now, if you miss a week, you can't send me 7 practice tests in the same day, 7 days after that. You can just send one every 24 hours. So I have to have that rule so I don't get too busy. I want to give you guys good feedback. I want to help you solve any pronunciation, any speaking, any writing problems you're having, but I also want to be able to help all my students all at the same time. Alright, so, and I just put the link in here. So for CBKR Live, you can click on that link which says onlinetoeflcourse.com FAQs. You can click on that link and that'll tell you about the Western Union payment option. What's going on, Colin? Okay, I think I'm going to do one more. How you doing? And we'll look at this in just a minute. We've done our YouTube live stream video, Colin. This is live YouTube right now. Here, let's see. You can say hi to him too. This is my student. He's in my English 105 class here at Cal State University, San Bernardino. Say hi, Colin.
Hi.
There's only 3 people watching, nobody, but that'll get with you, man. Go ahead. All right, so let's keep going. I got at least one more I'd want to do right now. Let's see. Okay, we have one more student here at Voxipop. His name's Philip. I'm going to go ahead and listen to his. Yeah, hi there, Philip, and this is Michael, your online TOEFL course teacher. So you're doing speaking practice. It's which do you like, to travel or stay at home when taking a vacation? So let's hear how you answered this question.
I like to travel rather than stay at home while I like to travel rather than stay at home when taking a vacation. I believe taking a vacation needs to be enjoyed fully. For example, recent
Say again, let me go back. I think you said anxiety, let me see.
I like to travel rather than stay at home when taking a vacation. I believe taking a vacation needs to be enjoyed fully. For example, recently.
Yeah, I'm not getting that. So you're making me work too hard here, Philip. So some of what you're saying, unfortunately, it's a key idea. I couldn't quite get what you were saying there.
We took a vacation to a big city and we had a very good.
Now, when you say we took a vacation, you're giving an example, right? So to help connect that to what you've already said, you can say, for instance, or to illustrate, or for example. If you use any one of those words, it helps connect what you're saying back to what you've already said. And that's a good thing, Philip.
And we went for.
Therefore is good. I like therefore. That's cause effect. That also helps your audience understand how your ideas are connected.
The trip inside and we went for a boating trip and we had a nice time in the beach and we played a ball game. In addition to that, we had barbecue dinner and we had a good time over there. So I would love to go for a travel while taking a vacation.
So I would say I like to travel, not go for travel, but just I like to travel when taking a vacation. All right, so let's take a look here and see what we got. So the rubrics here, I think you're going to get killed in two areas. One is your delivery. So you had some unintelligible kind of words or phrases. I couldn't quite understand what you were saying. Also, topic development. I think you need to connect ideas together a little bit better. That begins by using a sharply focused topic statement around which you can frame the rest of your response. Right? That would be, so I'm going to say on this one, I'm going to put you at about 2.1 out of 4, 17 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. Okay, I think I'm in at YouTube, guys. I'm going to have to take off here, so bye-bye. Remember, for more questions or for more information, go to onlinetoeflcourse.com.